Alright, David Harry here. Now before I get into this, just to be dead clear, this video is just going to be me looking at the camera and talking. So what I'm going to be doing here is doing a video response to something that's gone on in one of the comment sections in one of my videos, and it's to do with this whole YouTube Shorts thing. So what it is, one of my YouTube buddies, Mr. Kevin Muldoon, whose channel will be linked to from the screen here, also in the descriptions below and at the end of the video, Kevin made a comment on that video. And what happens is when me and Kevin get into, comments and stuff, they end up getting quite long and stuff. However, I'm not that fast at typing, so I just find it easier to do video responses. But in this instance, I'm going to put this one live because I think it could be useful to other people. Now, this whole thing that I'm doing here is based on the response that I've had doing YouTube Shorts on another channel. So basically, I run a test on another channel where I put up, 26 videos across a day and a half, and my channel grew by twice as many subscribers. I ended up getting over 200 or 250 subscribers or whatever it was off the back of doing this test. Anyway, there'll be a link also on the screen in the description and at the end of this video, taking you to the video explaining what went on there. So from here on in, I'm going to respond in this video as if I'm talking direct to Kevin. So when I say Kevin or whatever, you just replace Kevin's name with your own name if you want this to become personal. Anyways, Kevin. Right. Oh yeah, Kev, before I get into this as well, just ignore the mess here. What it is, I'm actually doing some stuff here for a video I'm going to be doing to do with Android versus iOS and stuff like that. I've just decided, mate, I'm going to get rid of my new S21 and my Tab S7 and stuff. I'm having such a horrendous time recently with Android and some stuff that's gone wrong with with these devices to do with decks and certain functions to do with controllers and stuff like that. It's got really rad on my nerves. I think I'm just gonna go straight to iOS and leave it at that. Anyway, that's for a different video, but that's why there's a mess on the table. Okay then, so Kevin, yes, I haven't got a clue what's going on with YouTube Shorts is the bottom line here. And I think that's something that you would have understood from the video. I just don't know what it is that kind of triggers them or not. However, what I'm going to do here is just go into some of my thought process or some things that I'm thinking about the whole thing. Don't know whether this is going to make much sense to anyone else, but I'm fairly sure you'll get this, Kevin. Basically, I think because YouTube Shorts isn't really a global thing yet, and I say global in respect to YouTube, because it's not global. I think the uptake on it is very odd at the moment, and I think because of that, YouTube are probably dipping in and out of a ton of different content which they may think or may not think fits in with the YouTube Short thing. And by that what I mean is obviously YouTube Shorts have got a very defining set of parameters, as in it's got to be vertical video, or at least it's not 16:9 video. I do believe square video gets taken into account with this as well. However, vertical video less than 60 seconds long. So that is what defines a short, and that defines it by the beta program, which I believe it's still in beta, and it's still only in beta in India at the moment. So basically, if you've got the YouTube app on a portable device like a phone, and I believe it only is on phones, it may not even be on tablets, this function, I'm not entirely sure, and I wouldn't know because I don't have that version of the YouTube app. But apparently in India, when they've got that app on their phone then has the camera function, which is directly linked to the uploading of the shorts. And in that instance, it only records up to 15 seconds of video. So basically, we're talking about a function which hasn't rolled out completely yet. And I think what's happening is, in their haste to catch up with TikTok, I think YouTube and Google are not just concentrating on the content created through the beta program in India. I think they're just clawing into anything across the entire legacy of YouTube, which may fit in with the boundaries very loosely. So you have to remember, on like the beta program, when people use the YouTube short function, they don't have to tag it as being a short or anything like that, because it's all taken care of by the app itself when it uploads. Also, the length of the video is taken care of by the app, all that stuff. So what would format a YouTube short is taken care of by the app. However, if the likes of you or I or anybody else outside of India or outside the beta area want to try and partake in this, we have to do certain things like put a hashtag and shorts written in the title and hashtag and shorts in the description. As to the validity of how solid that is, I'm not entirely sure. However, I think it does have to be in the title, because that's what I seem to have found. So basically, if the likes of you or I or anybody outside that beta area, if we utilize like, you know, certain tags in the title, YouTube, hashtag shorts in the description as well, and the videos are of the right kind of vertical format and they are less than a minute long, the general consensus is that they basically may get taken up by YouTube as part of the shorts function. Now, say may do, because there's a lot of people have been trying these things out and not got any results off them. However, and as you've seen on my other channel, one video got, I think, what was it, 27 or 28,000 views, and that actually happened in about 6 hours. So that was just insane. Now, the other thing there as well, if those views come from the shorts kind of interface, as it were, so when someone's on their mobile and they see it through the short area on the mobile, or is it like it's like the rack or something, like a magazine rack? I think Apple have done something in the past similar. If it's in that kind of like that shelf system, it's classed as a short. Anything that's viewed through that, it doesn't add to watch time. I mean, you can see the cumulative watch time on these things, but it doesn't add to watch time on your channel, as for instance, if you're trying to monetize and stuff. So it doesn't add to that. However, and which is the big thing for me, is the subscribers that they gain do add up. And as you've seen on that channel as well, Kevin, I doubled my subscriber count. So not only did I beat last year's subscriber count, because last year's subscriber count was only 29 or something. Not only did I beat that, but that channel's been in play for about 3.5-4 years. It had something like 130 odd subscribers, because during that period of time I've been using it to test various things, and it has been accumulating some subscribers. And now obviously been trying to do this gamey stuff with it for about 9 months to a year, something that I've obviously got to dig into this year. So basically with that channel, it was almost like it was like, a blank canvas, as it were, almost. So what I've done is thrown a bunch of content up, and as you could see, I doubled the subscriber count within 6 days compared to the last almost 4 years. And the view count on the videos totaled about 45,000 views in total across all those videos. But obviously one of them was like 28 or whatever it was, 1,000 views, which is just absolutely insane. Now, the thing is, it's fair to say I've gotten lucky there. Now, I would also suggest as well, I got lucky because I put the numbers in. So I put 26 videos up. So basically I spent like 8 hours. What I've done, Kevin, I just literally got my Xbox, streamed in a whole load of emotes from Fortnite into my editing system, and then just chopped up a bunch of them and kind of formatted them nicely, I suppose. Compressed the audio, did a few other things just to sweeten it all up a bit so that they were dead punchy, if anyone landed on them. And then I just kind of uploaded them and switched them all on over like a day and a half, something like that. So obviously I've gone for the numbers game with that, and I do believe that's what's done it. However, that one video that got 28,000, it could be possible that if I'd have only put that one video up, the same thing may have happened. That video may just have struck a chord, and however it's done it, I don't know. So that gets me onto the most like random natureness of it all, and that is, I can't tell you what triggers these things and what doesn't. And the other thing as well, I don't believe it's how you would grow a channel per se, as in, if you're serious about like your content, I don't think YouTube Shorts are for that. Right, I'll make that dead clear. I think if you're lucky, you can grab some subscribers. But I can tell you right now, those 200 and odd subscribers that I got through YouTube Shorts, I can guarantee almost that none of them have looked at any other content on that channel. So I don't think that that will help any channel. However, if you're just wanting to bump your numbers up to break through 1,000 for monetization, or if you're just somebody who just wants to, like, you know, wants to have big numbers of subscribers for whatever reason, then yeah, it could work for you. However, to have a channel that is solely just for shorts and stuff, I would say you'd have to be very careful with that. That would have to be a totally isolated kind of channel to anything else that you might want to do, because I don't think mixing tons of shorts on like a proper channel, should we say, I don't think that's going to work. So as for instance, the likes of you and I, where we basically are tech channels, tech review, or whatever you want to call us, I think YouTube Shorts can work on our channels very sporadically. So as for instance, and I believe you've already done one or two similar to this anyway, where I think you might have done one which was self-contained, which got the whole point through in less than a minute. And if you can get your whole point done in less than a minute, then why not do it as a short, just in case it gets picked up for whatever reason and gives you some extra numbers and stuff. I think if that comes through off doing one, it's a bonus. However, there are instances where, your content, you probably could do a video which is less than a minute long. I mean, usually I can't, because I just talk too much. Although I did do one which was how to put an Android phone into developer mode. And that actually lent itself really well, because it was talking about an Android phone. So people would be looking at it on an Android phone, looking like an Android phone, and showing them in less than a minute how to put it into developer mode. So with certain stuff, I would say, yes, that works purely for the content that it is. However, I would also then say that there are elements of what you could do which you could format to it just to try and utilize it, such as you might have a long form video coming up, say, in a week's time. So you do a very quick, could even be a 15-second one. I mean, the other thing as well, I'm going to run some experiments on doing 15-second ones, because the other thing that I noticed as well, just going off track here slightly, looking at it, I think the best times that I got were around the 20-second mark. So this is weird as well. If people think that people's attention span to long videos is a problem, you know what? You can do 1 minute or 30 seconds and people still might only watch the first 15 to 20 seconds on a short. So that's even weirder. Anyway, I don't know where I've gotten up to there. I've just gone totally sideways. Yeah, sorry. What I was saying was you could do like coming up next in a following video and do it as a promo teaser trailer type thing, and do that as a short. Maybe try it at 15 seconds, but definitely below the 60. And then in that instance, you actually are creating 2 bits of content for one video, and one of them is just going to be a promo sting for the next content and stuff like that. So I think that could work really well. That's something that I've got to try out myself on this channel. However, I think the whole thing about basing an entire channel on shorts, that it could be a flash in the pan. It could be something that's just not long lived at all. We don't know. And to be honest, I'm not into TikTok or anything like that. So those things don't work for me. However, I would say that anyone who's serious like yourself, me, or anybody who might watch this video, because, we both have like a number of subscribers who do similar stuff to ourselves, I would just say that, if you can make that work to your advantage and try it at least, you may as well. And there's a good reason for that as well, and that's because it is a YouTube tool. It's a Google tool in that instance. So you get like a lot of bogus channels, and I don't want to get into this because I'll just end up upsetting people. That's why I'm going to do that a Coffee with David channel, because I'll be definitely upsetting people on that channel. What it is, there are definitely YouTubers whose the only way that their channel ever did anything with any movements is because they paid for it, right? So paying for subs, paying for subscribers, using, external kind of facilities to influence the views and all that kind of stuff on a channel. Now, the thing with stuff like that if someone wants to build a channel like that, that's entirely up to them. If they want to go and spend all that money and build a channel like that, that's fine. And the only problem that I can see with that is that you're building a channel not on genuine subscribers when you do stuff like that. Sure, you may have the subscriber count, but the one thing you don't have with a channel like that is the view count to match the subscriber count. And plus also, YouTube and Google can see exactly what's going on when people do that. And at some point, they may put that against people, you never know. However, YouTube Shorts are definitely a thing that Google and YouTube, it's one of their services. So you utilizing them and then you gaining extra subscribers, say, or maybe at some point the views do count. That's what I was saying before. The views don't count if they come through the mobile app, but I think the views, if they come through the YouTube app on a desktop or say a laptop or something, I think they do count to your time as well. So there's little bits of discrepancies here and there. They're not monetized at the moment, but you never know. They may monetize in the future. So you could feel the benefits of that depending upon the platform that it's viewed on. So right now, the point that I'm getting at is possibly utilize them because it is a YouTube Google tool. And it definitely is something that Google and YouTube are not going to, like, it'll never go against you on your channel. Not in such a way, because maybe you don't know, one day, you know, all these people that use all these, like, I don't know, is it TubeBuddy and all these things, you know what I mean? Because no matter how you look at them, and it doesn't matter whether it's like pay-per-click or pay-per-views and stuff that you're doing, or just anything that is meant to influence the use of your channel or to promote your channel. At some point, you never know, Google and YouTube may weight that against your channel. You never know what these things may end up causing problems for you down the line. However, something like the YouTube Short system can't go against you because it is a YouTube tool. So that's the reason why I was dead comfortable using it myself, you know, because I thought, well, if anything happens with it, it's good. If nothing happens with it, then I didn't miss anything either. Now, the other thing as well, just to kind of start rounding this up, Kevin, because I don't know how long I've talked for and I don't want to start talking for years, but it's also highly likely that, in all honesty, these things are more designed for kids. The type of people that are going to watch shorts are not the type of people that I want as subscribers. I'll get that right out the way, and I don't care what anyone thinks of me for saying it. You know, if that sounds like me being arrogant or whatever, then fine, I'm arrogant. I mean, I'm arrogant anyway, but if anyone thinks that that's nasty, then fine, I don't care. It's just that the type of people who are only interested in watching something for 10 seconds and it goes in one ear and straight out, or they just don't retain any information because of it, that's not what I'm about. However, like I just said, if I can utilize certain aspects of stuff like that to help grow a channel, fine. So basically, you've got to look at the demographic for the audience with these things. I don't think that these are going to be like, you know, people who are beyond, I don't know, mid-teens even, do you know what I mean? You know, people might see like something like that's got a little bit of a laugh factor in it and stuff like that. But outside of that, I don't think there's anything really good that you're going to be picking up from these things, and the type of people that are going to be watching them are typically just going to be people it's all throwaway. It's nothing sticks with them. So the thing with that, you definitely couldn't be cultivating an audience with them. So, however, what I was trying to get round to here is once again just reinforcing the point that because it is a YouTube Google facility and tool, if you can pick up something positive with it, then great. You don't look at it as being the be-all and end-all, but if it's something that can add to your stats or add to your weight of content or whatever, do it. It can't go against you. I mean, if your regular viewers don't want to see you do a video in 30 seconds and get it done and dusted and out the way, then you've got to ask questions about those people as well, because if someone were to be offended by a video being really quick, I don't understand why someone would get offended by a video being really quick. And plus, the likes of you and I, our videos are going to be tech related. So a message in a very short space, but still being tech, I mean, that to me is a win-win. Stops you from talking too much and you get your point across a lot quicker. You know, it's hardly like the likes of you or I would be doing like these TikTok typical type videos mixed in with like techie type videos. And don't get me wrong as well, if you're the kind of content creator who does want to do that TikTok type stuff and go for mindless, moronic content, That's also cool as well. All I'm saying is, being perfectly honest, it's not for me. You know what I mean? I'd never do it, and it's not the stuff that I'm into. However, if that's part of your plan and you want to do that, that's cool, you know. So like I say, bottom line is, I haven't got a clue what's going on with it. I don't really know. Well, I've got a good idea of who it's for. How does it fit in the global scheme of things? I'm not entirely sure. I've got a feeling it's only a knee-jerk reaction to TikTok. It might be something that YouTube and Google kind of live to regret. I don't know. It may end up being a mainstay of the platform. It could take off and be massive outside of this beta period and beta location. It may go global and all the rest of it. In that case, then, everyone is going to have to be prepared to see a lot more of it going on, whether we like it or not. But like I say, bottom line, I don't know what it's about. I've been very fortunate that I've managed to pick up like a couple of 100 subscribers for very little work, and I am not going to argue about that. Do you know what I mean? So there we go. Anyways, I think I'll leave it at that, Kevin, and hopefully I've probably answered that question, or like, you know, that train of thought you were on in that comment. I've probably gone a bit too far with this one. But anyway, hopefully it's given a bit more food for thought, and hopefully also it's given other people something to kind of digest and have a think about as well. Also, let me know in the comments what you think about what I've been saying here, or whether or not you think maybe I'm totally full of it and I've completely missed the point, or with me putting my hands up and going, I don't know, but here's my best guess. Do you think I'm kind of on the right track with all that? Anyways, yeah, I think what I may even do on this channel, I'll do the odd video like this every now and then, maybe, where I just pick up on a comment or something and kind of delve a bit deeper into stuff. I do know that these videos are not for everyone, and that's fine, but those people wouldn't have been listening this far. They would have switched off right at the beginning, you know what I mean? But I do think these videos might be useful to some people, especially if I can kind of like, you know, start pulling responses out of things, or maybe even if I start going into doing some stuff where I can show numbers and responses proper to certain questions and comments, maybe do a bit of that. However, there is a fair chance I will be delving into a lot more comment-based stuff when I start my other channel, A Coffee with David, but that definitely won't be for everyone. Anywho, Kevin, I'm going to dive off, and anybody else who's watched this video. So once again, I'm David Harry. Thank you very much for watching this video. Take care, and goodbye now.